Hello, my name is Connor Denhart with the National Weather Service in El Paso, and this is a weather briefing for the strong wind event on Thursday. It's windy season down here in the southwest, and Thursday will be no exception. Especially looking area-wide, we're expecting very strong wind gusts, and this will be probably the wind event of the season for most areas. So let's take a look at some of the hazards for the area. Damaging wind gusts is one of the first impacts, around 65 miles per hour, with some areas, especially along eastern slopes, gusting to around 70 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Possible damage to roofs, trees, signs, power lines. Not a lot will be spared tomorrow in terms of the potential for damaging wind gusts and some winds blowing stuff around. There's also the potential for some spotty power outages. If we do see power lines go down tomorrow, there will be some areas that have temporary power outages. Folks out on the road tomorrow, especially driving high-profile vehicles, will be pretty difficult to control, especially along our north-south oriented roads. So areas like I-10 between Las Cruces and El Paso, and the interstate between Truth or Consequences and Las Cruces. Those areas will certainly be areas to watch if you're out driving. And along with the wind being a threat for driving, areas of low visibility due to blowing dust will also be a threat. So here's a look at the setup, the large-scale setup for this event on Thursday. We have low pressure to our north, a strong pressure gradient to the south, creating one of these classic dry, strong wind storm events, springtime storm events for the El Paso area. So here's a look at some of the expected winds on Thursday. Sustained wind speeds up into near 40 miles per hour area wide, along with wind gusts around 60 miles per hour in most areas. Some wind gusts could get stronger, especially along the east slopes of the Franklin Mountains, so northeast El Paso, areas east of the Oregon Mountains, so Oro Grande, areas east of the San Andres, so areas near White Sands could certainly see some very strong wind gusts tomorrow and tomorrow evening. So we have a high wind warning area wide. This is for potentially damaging wind gusts. We also are focusing on the fire weather aspect of this. So low relative humidities along with a strong wind will make burning very dangerous, and this will be mainly through the afternoon on Thursday. We're also looking at the blowing dust. So local visibility may drop to a quarter to 1 mile, especially around I-10 near Lordsburg. Areas near Deming may see some dust. The area near Alamogordo, east of White Sands Missile Range, we are expecting a little bit of dust off of White Sands. So any of these areas highlighted could see some very low visibilities and affect folks on the road. Some of our uncertainties include the core of the highest winds. We're not sure where the strongest wind gusts in our area will occur, but we're fairly certain that it'll be east slopes of the mountains. As far as timing for the strongest wind gusts, they may actually be overnight into Friday AM, especially along east slopes. So areas like northeast El Paso and El Paso International Airport may see their strongest wind gusts well after sunset on Thursday. We're also uncertain about some of the blowing dust in the lowlands, so which dust channels will be the key to figuring out which areas are going to see those low visibilities. So again, our high wind warning across the area starting early in the mountains and extending area wide Thursday. This high wind warning will last for the east slopes through noon Friday as well. So this event is expected to continue Thursday night into Friday morning, especially along east slopes areas. Our red flag warning is mainly through the day on Thursday when we have our heating and our low relative humidities. And then the blowing dust, 2 p.m. through 10 p.m. Thursday, especially the lowlands. So a quick summary: very strong wind gusts, the potential for wind damage with possible power outages, impacts for vehicles along the interstate and highways of our area, and blowing dust impacting driving conditions and possible road closures. So feel free to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check our webpage for any updates, and stay safe out there tomorrow. Thank you for your time.